We are going to discuss today about one more experiment from physical chemistry only, that is chemical kinetics. Experiment number 3, chemical kinetics. Okay, so first of all we will have a discussion about the experiment, then actually I will show you how the experiment is done. Okay, so what is the experiment? Aim of the experiment is to study the effect of concentration on rate of reaction between sodium thiosulfate and hydrochloric acid. See the aim carefully again. What you have to study? You have to study the effect of concentration. Okay, effect of concentration on rate of reaction. Between which reaction? The reaction is between sodium thiosulfate and hydrochloric acid. Means what? You are going to carry out the reaction between sodium thiosulfate and hydrochloric acid. Okay, and you are going to study the effect of concentration on rate of reaction. Okay, effect of concentration of reactants on rate of reaction. You know that if the concentration of the reactants is increased, the rate of reaction increases. If concentration of any of the reactant is decreased, then rate of reaction decreases. That you are going to study experimentally. The reactants are sodium thiosulfate and hydrochloric acid. The reactants are sodium thiosulfate and hydrochloric acid. You are going to carry out the reaction between them. Okay, you are going to change, increase or decrease, change the concentration of one of the reactant. Okay, and you are going to study the effect of that change on rate of reaction. The reaction is Na2H2O3, that is sodium thiosulfate. Na2H2O3 is sodium thiosulfate plus 2HCl giving S sulfur in solid form, okay, plus NaCl plus SO2 plus water. Okay, so if you will observe the reaction carefully, the product side contains only one product which is in solid form, which is sulfur. Okay, it is precipitated during reaction. Sulfur is going to precipitate during reaction. Okay, so the visible thing in the reaction is precipitation of sulfur. Okay, now what you are going to do actually, instead of going through the procedure, entire procedure, an observation table is given on page number 14. The experiment is starting on page number 13. The observation table is given on page number 14. Okay, so from that observation table only you will be able to remember. Okay, there will not be handbook with you at the time of exam. So procedure you will be able to remember if you will know this particular observation by heart. It is easy to remember. Okay, so if you will observe the observation table, automatically procedure you can carry out. So what is observation table? Conical flasks. You will need 4 conical flasks and they are labeled as A, B, C, D. 4 conical flasks will be given to you at the time of exam. They are labeled already as A, B, C and D. Labeling is there, if you will see carefully. Okay, label A, then B, then we will have C like that, and we will have label D also. Okay, so 4 conical flasks which are already labeled are given to you, A, B, C, D. Then what is the next column? 0.1 molar sodium thiosulfate in ml. 0.1 molar sodium thiosulfate in ml. Okay, next column is water in ml. Water in ml. So you are going to see only 3 columns in the beginning. When you are going to start experiment, you are not going to see HCl column. Only first 3 columns. Okay, so see first column, conical flask A. In conical flask A, what you have to do? You have to take 20 ml, 0.1 molar sodium thiosulfate. In flask A, you have to take 20 ml of sodium thiosulfate. Okay, and in the same flask, you have to add 28 ml of water. So how you are going to add? You are going to add these with the help of burette. Okay, so I am going to show you the experiment. You are going to feel burette as you are feeling for titration. Okay, then you are going to take conical flask A. Okay, in that conical flask, you have, with the help of burette, you know from 0 to 25 markings are there. So 20 ml of sodium thiosulfate you are going to take. In the same conical flask, you take 28 ml of water. Okay, then keep conical flask A aside. Then take conical flask B. In conical flask B, the combination is 30 ml of 0.1 molar sodium thiosulfate and 18 ml of water. Okay, after taking this particular combination in flask B, you are going to keep it aside. Take flask C. In flask C, you are going to take 40 ml of 0.1 molar sodium thiosulfate and 8 ml of water. Okay. Then in flask D, you are going to keep that flask aside. In flask D, you are going to take 50 ml of 0.1 molar sodium thiosulfate. These solutions will be given to you. You are not going to prepare any solution. Just you have to take it with the help of burettes. So take 50 ml of 0.1 molar sodium thiosulfate and you are not going to add any water in it. In flask D, only sodium thiosulfate will be there. No water will be there. Okay. So these combinations in different flasks A, B, C, D, you are going to take all the flasks you are going to keep ready. Okay. After that, go to next column. HCl in ml. How much HCl is to be added in each conical flask? 2 ml. In each conical flask, you are going to add 2 ml of HCl. That is also given to you. Okay. So what you do? The burette which you are using for water, the same burette you fill with HCl which is given to you in beaker. Okay, and you can add from burette 2 ml of HCl. Okay, but you are not going to add HCl in all the conical flasks at the same time. Okay, what you are going to do? You are going to take flask A, in which 20 ml of sodium thiosulfate is there and 28 ml of water is there. In that, you are going to add 2 ml of HCl. Or what you can do, you can take those 2 ml from burette in a test tube. From burette, you can take 2 ml of HCl in a test tube. Okay, and with the help of that test tube, you are going to add in conical flask A. So what you have done, with the help of burette in conical flask A, already you have taken 20 ml of sodium thiosulfate, 28 ml of water. Now what you are going to do, you are replacing water because you have taken in all the conical flasks water you have taken. Okay, so you are replacing water by HCl. Okay, then from burette in test tube, you are going to take 2 ml of HCl. And add that only in conical flasks A. You are not going to add in B, C and D. Only in conical flasks A. So HCl is to be added at the 11th hour. Okay, HCl you are not going to add and keep the flasks ready. In each flask HCl you are going to add 2 ml. Then you are going to start the next part of the experiment. Okay, then after adding HCl to conical flask, then what you have to do? One paper will be given to you. Okay, on that paper one cross mark will be there like this. Okay, once you add HCl, immediately the reaction is going to start. Which reaction? Sodium thiosulfate plus HCl giving sulfur plus NaCl plus SO2 plus water. Okay, so sulfur will start depositing and you are going to measure the time required. Sulfur is going to start depositing means what? Some solid particles will be deposited in the solution. Okay, and because of that, see, you are going to, after adding HCl, immediately you are going to start stirring this solution like this on the paper on which cross mark will be there. Okay, you are going to keep that conical flask and just move it round. You are going to hold the neck of the flask. How much you are going to move it? You are going to see in between from the top. You are not going to see this way. You are going to see the conical flask, that marking. That marking is there on the paper, na? That marking you are going to see from the top. And that marking should become invisible. That marking should become invisible. How it will become invisible? Because sulfur is going to get deposited, no? So solution will become milky. Solution will become milky, and the time will come when the mark will become invisible. You are going to note down the time required for becoming that cross mark invisible. So when you are adding HCl, okay, and when you will start stirring, you have to start stopwatch also simultaneously. You are going to keep your stopwatch here, okay, and start stirring. And you are going to keep eye on watch also. So how much time is required for becoming that cross mark invisible? Okay, that you are going to record. You may get times like 4 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever it is, 2 minutes and some seconds, whatever. Okay, after completing for flask A, you are going to keep it aside, its work is over. Then you are going to take flask B. You are going to take flask B. Already you have taken 30 ml of sodium thiosulfate and 18 ml of water in it. Then you are going to take 2 ml of HCl from burette in test tube, and from test tube you are going to add in flask B. Okay, you are going to start stopwatch and start stirring. Use same paper for all the 4 flasks. Again, what you are going to do? You go on stirring, okay, and you are going to see from the top. You are going to see from the top of the flask, and till the mark become invisible, you are going to stir it. You are going to record the time. When you are stirring, you are going to keep eye on stopwatch also. Similar procedure you are going to follow for conical flask C and conical flask D. Okay. After completing work of B, you are going to take conical flask C, add HCl, okay, start stopwatch and start stirring. And time required you are going to note down. Okay. This is experimental part. All these timings you are going to record. Okay. Now see what is happening. We are studying the effect of concentration on rate of reaction between sodium thiosulfate and HCl. Okay. So if you will observe the observation table carefully, quantity of water we are reducing. Quantity of water we are reducing slowly, isn't it? In the first flask we are adding 28 ml of water, and in the last flask we are not adding water at all. Means what? If water is less in the solution, then that particular solution is concentrated, isn't it? So the solution which is there in flask D is highly concentrated. Okay. Solution which is in flask A is dilute, and concentration is going to be, it is going in increasing order from flask A to flask D. Okay. Now if the concentration increases, rate of reaction increases. Okay. So rate of reaction is increasing means what? Reaction is going fast. Reaction is going fast means what? Time required for completion of that particular reaction will become less. So whatever time you are going to record for flask D, it will be the minimum, because it is highly concentrated solution, and rate of reaction depends upon concentration of solution, isn't it? If concentration is very high, why concentration is very high in flask D? Because we don't have water over there. If water is added, solution will become dilute, isn't it? So this particular solution is dilute, so it will take little more time for completion of the reaction between sodium thiosulfate and HCl. Okay, so the time will go on decreasing, that you have to remember. Okay, this is about procedure part, observation table, and actual procedure I am going to show you in the next video. Thank you.